What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for stopping by. Before we get started on this video, I do want to kind of talk about something here. I'm up with the guys from Motion Raceworks, if you can't tell, and we had the little failure on the black car here, and I'm pretty close to those guys, so I sent them some messages, told them what happened, and Doug, the owner there, he is big on putting up kind of like PSAs. Don't buy cheap parts, don't buy Chinese parts, and that happened to be a part that failed. He posted that stuff up and kind of let my lesson get out there so other people can learn from it, and if this saves someone from wrecking the car, if this saves someone from, you know, some sort of damage to their vehicle, that's good. You know, that's why I make these videos, so you guys can see some stuff, maybe you guys can learn some stuff, and it's nice to see other outlets like that put it out there to kind of spread the word. And at the end of the day, it's all for the good of everyone. We're not telling people not to run parts because we don't like them. We're doing it because don't run these parts because they're not safe, and we found that out firsthand. The other thing is, on all my social media, including my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram, and all that, there's no room for negativity. I don't post negative stuff up about people. I don't comment negative stuff about people. I just kind of mind my own business and do my own thing. So if people up there don't comment negative stuff on my stuff, I just don't appreciate it. One thing I do want to touch on is the guys at RPM Motorsports. If you can't tell by how much I am uploading, I'm doing YouTube full time now. I kind of made the jump. I said I'm going to go all in and try this out, and I'm having a ball doing it. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. My relationship with the guys at RPM Motorsports is second to none. We're like family up there. I might not be working up there right now, but I'm still very close with those guys. I will still be working with them in the future. I'm still a part of the RPM Motorsports team. So I would say save your breath. Don't try to get between myself and them, because we are all on the same team. Also, you know, same thing with Jeff. Jeff and I, we might not be making a lot of videos together, but we got two different agendas. He's doing his thing, I'm doing mine. When we have the chance to meet up and collaborate, we do. I hope that answers some questions. I see what's going on with RPM Motorsports. I'm still 100% for RPM Motorsports. They built the Cowmaro. It is a bad bitch. I love that car. I deal with them quite frequently. I talk with them. I'm sure I'll be doing videos with them in the near future. So there's no negativity between myself and RPM Motorsports. So for those of you guys that feed off negativity, that love it, I'm sorry, you won't find it here on this channel. But you can tell by the title, we are going to talk about what failed on the car. Ben's in here. We already got this turbo sold just like that. The setup is not right. Tomorrow's video, we'll be talking about turbo setups and how much is too much, because we experienced that firsthand. We got it on a deal, and we said we got to give it a shot. Yeah, we tried it. It did go decently fast, but there was a failure. I'd say the failure that happened had nothing to do with this part. It had to do with, I'd say, a piece that is really not up to spec. We really shouldn't be running it. It was laying around. We had it here. We put it on the car. We didn't really know what it was until we did some research, and now we found out what it was, because it's pretty shitty. So let me get a light here and hop underneath the car. All right, so let's slide under here. Let's get the phone light on. Right there is some braided line. As you can see, it is looking kind of weird. It has delaminated. What had happened is it got too hot for the line. So this line right here is not name brand stuff. This was some, where do we even know? This was just laying around, wasn't it?
Yeah, we don't know where it came from.
We don't know where it came from. All we know is we had the right amount, and it was a little bit of trans cooler line, some Dash 6 stuff that we stuck on there. For those of you guys that don't know the setup, it's a street setup. That's why it's got the trans cooler on there. And I know exactly why there was a failure. So we probably shouldn't have been running this line from the get-go. I mean, you could see, if you get up close to it, the metal is through the line. It wasn't touching the trans cross. Remember when it was all hung up there? It obviously is come down, and wow, it's actually, it's kind of all messed up. So what had happened was, went to make a pass, we were making adjustments in the bump box, and it didn't bump, so I got up on the two-step with the turbo set up on the car. It took a hot minute to get up on the two-step, so it definitely created a lot of heat in the transmission. I came down off the two-step, I let the other car go. I backed up and I hit it again. Well, at the top end of the track, the car drove a little bit left, so I got out of it, and as I'm just rolling through, probably I'd say in the 130 mile an hour range, it's let go. You could see it came off right here, and it's just, oh god, it literally just ate it up. Yeah, it just absolutely destroyed this. So this is my first-hand lesson of, you know, Chinese cheap parts. I'd say line is really not that expensive, but it's definitely not something you'd skimp on. All the other line on this car and all the other parts are nice. I'd say that this is kind of the only like budget part that's on the car. I mean, it's got, this car is not really like a race car. It's got some mild steel stuff on there, but that's not really going budget as like this janky line. What I learned is that stuff doesn't work. So we tried to find something similar that looks like it was, I would say, like the same line, and what I could find online was that generic Dash 6 has a melting point of what, 200 degrees?
Like 250.
250, which is probably obviously somewhere close to where the transmission temp was. It was definitely hotter than normal because we had to get up on the two-step twice before we made it pass. Now, all the other lines, like what are the Aeroquip lines, the Russell lines, XRP, they all have a melting point of 500 degrees. So if you get the trans fluid that hot, you won't have a transmission anymore. So you're gonna literally burn down your trans before you burn down the line. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. So we know what we're going with. We know what we need. I'd say we got pretty lucky there, huh?
Yeah.
So all the fitting was clocked up, and it pretty much, when it let go, all that pressure was built up, and it just shot trans fluid up and hit the manifold and burned it all. Now, if that was pointed back and it got on the tires, there's no telling what would have happened or what could have happened. It definitely could have been.
Something definitely got on the ground. You just got lucky you already lifted, like the pass was over.
Yeah, I was cruising at that point. I was already on the brakes, and then it let go, and I tried to not panic and grab the brakes real hard, but there's really no, like, you don't know if you're on fire or not. I didn't see fire. I didn't feel hot, so I in my mind I said I wasn't on fire. We also got lucky. We didn't use trans fluid. If we used standard ATF, there's a good chance that would have caught on fire. Wouldn't you say that?
It's pretty probable.
Especially if it's blowing and hitting the header, which the header was, I'm sure, glowing hot because we were making some steam. We used John Deere High Guard in there. There's a little mix of High Guard and ATF, just a little ATF to give it color. We use that because it's a little bit thicker. It helps with tightening the converter up.
It also hates to burn.
And it doesn't like to burn, which is what saved us. So yeah, they say it'll burn, but it won't spontaneously combust, which is good. So there was a number of factors that we kind of lucked out on. Now, as unlucky as that seems, having that fitting just laying there, I'd say it's a good lesson learned. I'd rather have something like that happen now, I'd say in the early on stages of the car, than when we're going 150 in the 8th or something like that. This car wasn't really built to be a race car. It's not a race car. This is a street car. It just kind of got some parts that we had laying around that I'm planning to put on my race car, but for the meantime I just have them on this because I can't stand seeing parts sitting on the shelf. The car, it ran a 650 when we first got it, and now we can blow by that on wastegate like it's nothing. So we're definitely taking off all the bullshit and putting on the nice parts, but let this lesson that we learned here be a lesson for you guys. Don't buy the Chinese stuff. Get the name brand stuff. It might just be a little bit more, but that might save you a ton of money in the long run. You know, you buy some $5 line and it costs you a car, well, then you're in 30 grand, you know. So spend the money where it's worth it. Keep yourself safe. I know this is going to be a hot topic because, like, not the next video, but the one after that, we're going to be talking about the Discount Dragon, which is a build series we're doing where we're using mainly eBay parts. But I can tell you where we're not going to use eBay parts is on fittings and lines. We'll run, you know, eBay intercooler, eBay turbos, eBay intake manifold, but the stuff that, you know, you really need to be 100% sure is solid, we're going to make sure it's solid. So that just shows you miss one thing on a car and it can have a huge effect. The last time I thought about, we put this transcooler on there when I had the old engine setup, when the car was going 670s, 680s. So, yeah. I don't mean to ramble on. I hate these videos where I just talk. Hopefully I threw enough action in there. Hopefully you guys can learn something from this lesson. Don't buy the Chinese stuff. Stick with the name brand. I do want to thank the guys at Motion Raceworks for, you know, helping bring this to light, make it aware. I don't see it as those guys throwing hate on me. They asked me if they could use the stuff. I sent it to them. I said, yeah, share it with people, get it out there, and it ain't no beef with me. I'm all about the greater good of everyone. I want to see everyone go faster. I want to see everyone do good. I want to see everyone be safe. And I feel like they're 100% the same way. They care about their customers, and they don't want to see them wadding up cars and wrecking them and doing stupid stuff. So go check out Motion Raceworks, go check out RPM Motorsports, check out Strange Engineering, TRZ Motorsports. I got a bunch of great companies that help me out and help me do what I do, so I just want to thank all those guys. Huron Speed's another one. Who else? Who am I missing? If I forgot you and you guys help me out, I do apologize. There's a bunch out there. Texas Speed, we just got up with Texas Speed, so go check them out. Just a number of great companies that are here and have the same goal that we do. We want to go fast and see people do well and get their name out there. So I do want to thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go and edit this video so you guys can watch this at lunch today. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Comment, like, subscribe. LS Nasty merch coming out soon. I forgot to put the details for the meet and greet thing we got going on here, so I'll put them in the description below. Send it. Steve's coming down to hang out. He should be here later today. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.